CBC boxing. Yo, big up OD two tanks. Ohara Davies, man, for winning that golden contract. I saw the fight yesterday against McKenna. You know what? To be fair, the fight wasn't really that great. It was a 10 rounder, obviously for the golden contract, live on Sky Sports. The fight wasn't that great, to be fair. Um, both fighters were. I think when OD was in the ring, he looked a little bit tense. It seemed like he was trying to go for the knockout. McKenna was moving really, really well in the early rounds, from what I remember. I've only watched it once, and that was when I was watching it live. He was moving really well in the early rounds, but then OD just stepped up towards like the last 4 rounds. And I think that's what edged it. One judge had it as a draw, and then the other two had it 96, 94, I think. So OD literally just won. I think OD was going on as if he, dominated the fight. It was really, really close. They could have gone either way. I initially thought it was going to be a draw, to be fair, but OD nicked it. Happy days. But I wanted to just touch on one thing that he was mentioning at the end. You know, Facing his fears, getting past adversity, and that was that defeat against Josh Taylor. I remember, that fight. There was a lot of talking going on. I forgot. Oh, I'd have to go back and check, but there was a lot of talking going on, and I remember he was in Liverpool. If that's the fight I'm talking about, he was in Liverpool and he was giving a back chat. He was chatting, saying he was going to win. If my memory serves me correctly, it was the same time that David Hay was having a go at Eddie Hearn for saying that he likes to be the centre of attention, and he talk about apples and pears and all that. And as I said before, I think it was the Hay versus Bellew. Bellew won, and they was in Liverpool doing the conference, and I think that's what he was talking. But anyway, yeah, initially what I wanted to speak about was OD and the fact that he mentioned in his post-fight interview on Sky Sports after that he watched the fight for the first time in 3 years after that defeat. He had never seen it before, and he thought, it was time to face his fears and watch the fight. And it's interesting that he actually watched it on the day that he was meant to be fighting McKenna. Why that morning, I wonder. But it just goes to show that, facing your fears and come to terms with defeat is sometimes the best thing that can ever happen to your career. Now it's time for him to excel. I think OD has been quite unfortunate, before the Josh Taylor fight, he was dubbed up, to come up to be one of the best prospects. And then the allegation of him saying that thing about Liverpool justice for 96, and that kind of messed up his career a little bit when he was dropped from Matchroom. Well, he says that he was thrown under the bus, or whichever way you want to put it. But now it's time for OD to step up again, man. He seems like he was focused. In psychology, there's a term called flow, where you're just in deep, deep concentration. That's what it seems like he's been in. He was just focused on winning his contract and getting back to winning ways, man. So big up OD, man. I'm a fan of OD, man. The guy makes me laugh. I think he's a good character for boxing, and he's actually a good boxer as well, man. So I want to see him win. But I just want to do this quick video. I'm going to be keeping eyes on OD coming out. I think that part of the contract is a 2-year contract for 5 years. No, 2-year contract for 5 fights. Sorry, so not too bad, and he should get some good money coming in. But yeah, big up OD, man. CBC, I'm out.